All right, Adam, I'm going to ask you a few questions
Okay.
to improve the idea of my film.
Alright.
The first question I'll ask you is, have you seen any psychological dramas?
Yeah, in particular, I've seen one psychological drama, one of them which was called Psycho. It was directed in 1960, and I think that's a really good example of psychological drama because it kind of goes into the actor's mind, into the mindset of what they're going to do. An example of this is the shower scene where you see the shot of the man stabbing the woman in the shower. That kind of what makes it kind of psychological.
Yeah. Alright, my next question is, in my film, what do you think the character should wear?
Particularly your film is kind of based around the school area, so I thought the uniform would be more specific to wear, because you're in a learning environment, and schools today tend to have different a certain clothing that they have that students have to adhere to instead of own clothes. So yeah, I think uniform should be one.
The next question is, what do you think about my location?
Your location is good because it's set around a classroom, which is good for your kind of genre of film, which is on bullying. But I thought that it would be better to do it from an outside point of view. So, for example, if it's in a school, then you should have an establishing shot of where the school is before you have the characters in your film enter the classroom.
What is your favorite part of the idea of my opening film?
My favorite part of the idea of the film is when the student, the main protagonist, he gets sent out of the class and the teacher has to talk to him because it's showing that the teacher has a one-to-one talk with him about what's bothering him during him being bullied by other students in the class. So yeah, that's my favorite part.
How could I improve on my opening idea?
You could improve on your opening idea by, like I mentioned earlier, having an establishing shot of the school first before switching the location to the classroom, because it's just in the classroom. And I think that if you have a shot of the school first, it gives the viewers a sense of where the film was actually made before actually switching the location to a specific area of the school.
Thank you, Adam. Hello, Chloe. I'm going to ask you a few questions today for my audience research. The first question I'll ask you is, have you seen any psychological dramas?
Yes, I have.
Can you give me an example of one you may have seen?
I've seen a film called, Bullied, where obviously the character gets bullied by people in their school.
Okay. My second question to you is, what do you think that my main characters should wear?
I think they should look casual because obviously they're students. They're teenagers, but also look kind of smart because they're in school.
My third question is, what do you think about my location?
I think it's obviously realistic because they're students and they're in school, so obviously you need classrooms. Yeah.
Fourth question is, what is your favorite part of my film opening idea?
I like how you had some students that were bullying the main character, but then you had other students who were trying to defend the main character, so those two sides of the story. Yeah.
And finally, my last question is, how could I improve on my opening idea?
I think you should kind of show more of the ending of what happens to the main character when he leaves the classroom, after what happens. So if you had more time, obviously you just show the outcome of what happened in the classroom. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Chloe. Judith, I'm going to ask you a few questions for my audience research. The first question I want to ask you is, have you seen any psychological dramas?
Yes, I have seen psychological drama films and I'm familiar with them, yes.
Do you have an example of one?
The most recent psychological drama I am aware of or I've seen and enjoyed was The Illusionist, starring Ed Norton, Jessica Biel and Paul Giamatti.
Alright, my second question is, in my opening idea, what do you believe that my character should wear?
Well, it depends. If the students are in school, as in secondary school, year 7 to 11, they should be in their uniform. However, if you've written them to be college students, I think the dress attire should be their own casual clothes.
Yes, thank you. My next question is, what do you think about my location?
I have no problems with the location. I think the location's brilliant. It's very realistic. It's a classroom. It is a school. It's a college institute, so it complements very well with the storyline. So no problems there.
My fourth question is, what is your favourite part of my opening idea?
I think my favourite part of the opening idea is the fact that you've got the teacher who's very associated with the student who's being bullied. So you've got good interaction there between older and younger generations, which is a key theme.
Thank you. And my last question is, how can I improve on my opening idea?
I would say you can improve on your opening idea by maybe having like an unexpected turn of events within the idea. So, for example, the person being bullied could stand up to the bully. But so maybe an unexpected turn of events.
All right. Thank you, Joseph.